I'm going to be going over a few different stores that we have, ones that started about a year ago, newer ones, stuff like that. So you guys have a good image and you guys can see exactly what this looks like. And every single store is going to be different, right? Everyone has a different budget. Some brands scale quicker than others. Sometimes products take off a little faster. Sometimes it takes longer. So just keep that in mind. Every product and every brand does not scale exactly the same. We have, countless people that always kind of ask, what exactly is it going to look like if we put this much in? How much, am I going to see back? Really it takes time, as you guys have probably seen from several of our videos, but nonetheless, let's jump into it so you guys can have an understanding and really see some actual studies of different stores that we have here. So first and foremost, I am going to be starting with a new store, newer one that started with us this year. So we're going to start here. And as always, go down to the reports and check out exactly what we have here. So we're going to go to reports, we're going to go down to business reports, and then we're going to be actually checking out exactly what this store has done. So overall, again, this is a newer store. This started, I believe, 2 months ago, but let's double check. So this store started actually in March, April. April was the first actual month of sales. This store actually started in January, February, so very late January, early February is when we got everything in line. So overall, yeah, it's been a steady growth with the store. The second month of actual sales history, this client broke 10,000 in sales. So he was ecstatic, considering, this is something we generally tell clients it takes a few months to get towards. So having hit 10,000 plus his really second month in was really good. And then, third month, obviously, this isn't live. So as the month progresses, you guys will see this come upwards. And I do believe that we'll get close to this, last period, maybe a little bit less, in June. But, as the year progresses, usually, again, Q4 is always the big quarter when you see a lot more sales volume occur. So again, this is a newer store, guys. I wanted to show you guys first this one here. And we're going to check out a couple older stores. And another store we want to look at, I'll do one more before I get to that one, actually. So if we actually have a look and see over the course of different ones, we're going to actually look at this one. It's actually right beside it. So overall, this store here has been with us now for, I will show you guys as we progress downwards. Go back to business reports, go to Amazon as always, and then year to date. So if we look at this, guys, so essentially this client started with us a little over 7-8 months ago is when he actually started his store. Again, it always takes time to get product in, right? So, although yes, it shows, okay, January was his first month, it takes a couple months to get products in, right? So this client here started in November. So, by the time the products came in, this is, where he's at. So essentially, his store has been scaling month over month. The previous example, as I just showed, he hit 10,000 plus in sales within a couple months. This client, is taking a bit more of a progressive, steady approach. He's been upping his inventory as the months progress. So as you see here, we are only in, not even the third week of the month, and we're already at 13,000+ in sales. So I believe this client's June will probably be close to 17 or 18, maybe even closer to 20,000 in sales, which is, amazing considering he just started with us, 7 or 8 months ago, right? So in less than a year, his store is progressing onwards. I believe probably by Q4, it'll be closer to 25, maybe even 30,000 in monthly sales. So this is, again, another great example of a client, having been consistent with his orders, having really just grown his inventory load month over month. And this has obviously helped him to scale his store and see that progression along the way. So this is another example, great store example, because it shows what it really means to be consistent, to up your inventory loads as the months progress, and what that really can do for your store. So lastly, I wanted to go over a store that's been with us a little bit longer. So basically about a year exactly, possibly even longer, but let's double check. So looking over the store here, this is another example. Now this client does have, higher budget than the previous two. So just, keep that in mind. So with this store here, if we actually have a look and see what his sales are and how it's really progressed. So he started with us in about May, June is when actually, you know, his store started. And then by July again was, you know, when the store actually started to progress. Okay. So basically right out the gate, you know, he progressed onwards. We got him access to restricted brands. And again, he had a very large budget since day one. So, you know, thus obviously you can see that type of growth. Now, this year, you know, he's done already 263,000 in sales. Last year he did 264. This year he's done 263 onwards. And, you know, he's been trending upwards, doing roughly 50 to 55 plus thousand in monthly sales. So as the year progresses, I believe by Q4, again, we should be able to, you know, see that even higher and, you know, maybe even get closer to 70 or 75,000 in monthly sales, progressing and then onwards to possibly even 80 plus by, you know, November and, you know, obviously the big October-November rush. So as it progresses, again, you know, you can really see this throughout the year.